Spry layout widgets really bring a lot of design flexibility to the Dreamweaver's Designer's Palette. It's also possible to extend those options to your WordPress pages. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add an accordion panel to a design template so that you can integrate a lot of static content in a very concentrated space. We'll take the page that we created in the last video, the template special events, and we're going to add in an accordion panel after all the blog content. So it's actually easier to do this in split view. So I'll go into split view and scroll down just a tad. There's the final bit of PHP code. I want to go past that, but stay within the content div. And then I'm going to go over to the insert panel and open that up and go to the Spry category and scroll down in there till I find the accordion panels, and then just click it once to insert it. Now Dreamweaver normally by default puts in 2 accordion panels that you can see down here in the property inspector, and also if I go to design view and scroll down a bit, you can see the 2. But let's go ahead and add a third, mostly just because you can. And I'm going to go ahead and change the labels on these so they'll be more related to things to do in California. So I'm going to make this arts and culture. The next one, it doesn't really matter whether it's the third one or the second one because I'm changing that anyway. Family fun. And then just to mix it up a little bit, give something to everybody, nightlife. Okay, now you could go ahead and add in all your content, what have you, but we're just going to go ahead and I want to show you how to style these now. It's a little bit of a different process than you're used to normally. So let's go back to the CSS styles panel, and it's actually easier to do the styles right in the all mode rather than the current mode when you're working with the accordion panels. So there's the spryaccordion.css that was added. And let me scroll this down just a little bit so we can see a few more of the properties. And let's start by working with the accordion panel as a whole. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose the accordion selector there. And I'm going to add in a margin. And this time I'm going to put in 30 pixels on the top and 30 pixels on the bottom. And that will give a little bit of space both above and below the accordion panel. Next, let's take a look at the accordion panel tab and let's modify it and make it a little bit more fitting for our site design. So the first thing I'm going to do is add in a color specification here and change that to white. And we'll modify the background color so that it is the darker blue. Let me scroll up a little bit to get all the way to the top there. All right, now we can scroll back down. Now that handles the default tabs, but it doesn't handle the open tab. We'll do that one next, which is right here. So we got to change the background color to that. And then of course, change that color of the text also to white. So now they're all looking pretty much the same. Let's make a change to the hover color. And the color we're going to change to the gold color that is prevalent throughout the site. And this is just one that I happen to know. It's CC7C29. That will change the color of the accordion panel tab on hover. Next, let's go down to the accordion panel open tab hover and set that color to white. And then we're going to work on the 2 focused ones. So these will be both the same. Again, we want to sample the background color so that it's consistent here and set the color to white. And then we'll do the same thing here for the second one, which handles the open situation. Okay, so all of our accordion panel CSS has been handled. Now we're going to go ahead and save the page. And if you've ever worked with Spry widgets before, you'll be familiar with the copy dependent files dialog that appears. This is just Dreamweaver's way of reminding you that it's moved some files into your site root, and you'll need to publish those along with the rest of your site when you're ready to go live. So click on OK. In this situation, we actually want to take the files that are put in the site root, and I'll scroll down a little bit here so we can see the Spry assets folder. And we want to take those and copy them into the theme directory that we were just using. So I'm going to copy these first, and then go into the theme folder, Explore, make a new folder with the same name as at the site root, Spry Assets. And then bring that up so you can see it. Right-click and paste them in. Okay, so we have our accordion CSS and our accordion JS. Now, all we need to do is to go in and make the path to those files when they're included dynamic, just as we did with the style sheet directory. So let's switch back to code and go up to the head of the document where we can find the PHP code that puts in the path to the style sheet directory, which is exactly the same path that we need. So I'm going to copy that and then remove all of these up-level indicators, save the final slash there, and paste in my PHP code, and then do the same thing for the CSS. All right, so this is ready to go. I'll go ahead and save again. Let me switch back to design view. And when I do switch back to design view, you'll see, of course, that your style sheet styles are gone. So the solution to this is to use the design time style sheet as we covered in the previous movie. So back to CSS styles, option menu, design time. We're going to add another style sheet. And this is the one that is in the new Spry assets folder that we put in the Explore directory. And we pick up the CSS, click choose, and OK. So now when we look at it in design time, there's our styles. And we can go ahead and add any further modifications or changes, and those will still be stored in our style.css. OK, let's save all and return to WordPress. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit update. So now let's go and view the page. And there's our blog post on our special events, our comment, and the style sheet, and the accordion panel. All active and looking pretty fine. All right. So you can go ahead and go back, add content to it, and then resave the page, and it'll appear right here. These same techniques that we've used for integrating the Spry accordion panels into a WordPress site can easily be applied to all the other Spry layout widgets, such as tab menus and collapsible panels.